Chapman's been around for 32, almost 33 years. It's a great company. We've built it from 10 people not all that long ago to 32 people today. We continue to grow. We're hiring people all the time. If there's one thing that I could do, like before my time is up at Chapman, it is making sure that we built a company that will stand the test of time. And my goal as the current owner of the company, or one of the owners of the company, is to ensure that we can pass the ownership of the organization on to the next generation of people coming up the ranks today. One area of our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily is the school systems. So we work for school systems all over the northern part of the state of New Jersey. We operate their water systems, their wastewater systems. We do a lot of their permitting and compliance work, and we ensure that the water that the kids drink is clean. We go out and do the sampling to ensure that it's not contaminated. And we also treat the wastewater that's being generated at a lot of these facilities as well before it gets discharged to the environment. So we are supporting the local community through supporting the boards of education and the local school systems.
One of the oldest racing circuits in North America. And tonight, this rectangle oval style racetrack that started it all in the Midwest is the venue for week number 20. Live here tonight for the Chapman Environmental Services Cup Series and presented by Racing Revolution, it's Kiss the Brick with KSX Graphics as the sponsor here tonight. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, live from Indianapolis, Bradley Cooper up in the V-Speed booth. And as always, we've had flag-to-flag coverage all season long. Welcome in, everybody. I know that this one is a little bit different. I am going to be solo on this one, but if you caught some of the Monday broadcasts for the Truck Series, you'll know that I can hold my own up here in the broadcast booth all alone. And we'll talk a little bit about all the different things going on this week as we take a look at our track map. Indianapolis Motor Speedway opened August 12, 1909. It's right next to the Milwaukee Mile for one of the oldest racetracks in North America. 2.5 miles in length, 9 degrees of banking in the corners, and it's pretty much flat down the front stretch and back stretch. And even between turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it's just absolutely one of the toughest racetracks. It's similar to a road course in the way that you go around, but everything is left-hand turns, and no four corners are the same. You have different approaches to each one of them, and it will test these drivers as they will burn the right front off of these machines. This next generation stock car should be fun to watch here tonight. We'll look at the points from Chicago. This is actually a couple weeks ago that we're looking at the points, but Jeremy Burns has a 6-win streak here of just dominant performance after dominant performance. And you're still talking about drivers like Trevor Keith who are trying to win to stay into this playoff picture. We also have Parker Johnston in the 48, who is right on that cutoff line by 8 points as of 2 weeks ago. But these points, we need to get an update here. I apologize for that. But overall, this is what it looks like as of 2 weeks ago. And this is just after Chicago Street Course that we put these up on the screen. But getting ready to go onto the grid, here we go for another week of the Cup Series. It's starting on the pole here tonight with that Coastal Financial Pole Award. Going to be Jeremy Burns in the number 9. Congratulations to him. Jeremy Burns putting it up on the top spot. Moving on through the rest of our field here tonight with Carter Lynn starting to the outside. A 51.077. That's 1/10 of a second off for Carter Lynn to start on the front row. Row number 2 belongs to Travis Gilbert. Trevor Keith will start in the 4th position. When we go back to Tyler Harrison, Parker Johnson looking to stay above that cut line. He'll start in the 6th spot. 7th goes to Trevor Erhardt. Then you have Dylan Picklesheimer in 8th. And rounding out that top 10 is going to be Alex Forget Berube. Caleb Gilbert in the 54. Daniel Holloway and Kyle Diaz will go for row number 6. Row number 7 with Dakota Floyd and Matt Robinson. Row number 8 with Michael Call, John Fike in the 65. We got to see him race on Tuesday. Kyle Stewart and Justice Murphy will start 17th and 18th. 19th will go to Brandon Richardson in that top 20 to the 55 of Justin Ritchie. 21st, Kevin Orlando Jr. Quick pause there for Kevin Orlando. Grant Turner will start at 22nd. 23rd will go to Jacob Sirkovich. Michael Bennett starting at 24th. 28 cars with Christopher Schaefer, Nick Alves, and electing not to take a time there for Michael Reed. Joe Joya will start at 27th. That will do it for our grid here tonight. Pace car is off. Here we go for week number 20. The Chapman Environmental Services Cup Series is live in racing. Green flag, and we're underway live on V-Speed. Coming by to lead lap number 1, it's going to be Jeremy Burns in the number 9. 6 wins on the season. Is actually 7 now. Adding to that total, we're riding around here with Tyler Harrison, the Rally Daddy. Twisted T-Camera on the machine of the 54. Running right behind Carter Lenz in the third spot. And Travis Gilbert just in front. These cars pushing up towards the outside wall already. We have a pass back here with the 54 of Caleb Gilbert and Alex Forget Berube. They were side by side briefly. Just behind that, Kyle Diaz and Daniel Holloway. This is for the 11th spot. Continuing for lap number 2. Holloway gets away with it. He gets that pass complete, and we're looking 3 wide into 1. That was Kyle Diaz, Michael Call, and a little bit sideways for a car. As we go on for lap number 3, let's bring up that race analysis up on your screen. 80 laps here tonight. Pit road speed limit 55 miles per hour. 5 tire sets available. The stage at lap 25. 50% fuel with the iRacing fixed setup here. Jeremy Burns continues to lead now. Going to come by for his third lap, led with Travis Gilbert. Hungry for another victory just behind the number 9. While we're at it, let's go ahead and get that driver camera up on the screen. There's a look at Jeremy Burns. Holding on to the lead now. Spreading out for the top 5. Looking off the back end of the number 9 at Travis Gilbert. Trying to chase him down. Gilbert getting a good finish these last few weeks. Always capitalizing. Burns getting that championship over at the Truck Series. Can he go back to back in both the Cup and the Trucks? Travis Gilbert looking to take it away. We also had the 4-time not here this week. So absentee ballot here for our 4-time champion, Rob Rader. And a peek to the outside by the 22. That's a track on board with Travis Gilbert. Looks like Gilbert's getting a better run. And yeah, Debbie Smith, I want to apologize to you. It's going to be 8 wins. I apologize for that. The statistics that were added, again, this goes back to Chicago. The stats, I'm only as good as the information provided. I like to copy and paste what is presented to me, so I'm going to make sure that that gets updated properly, and we'll make sure that all of that is as according to the league as we snake down. This is the Dragon's Tail down the front stretch. Serpentine to get by for lap number 6. You have Trevor Erhardt up in the 8th position right now, started in 7th, and Alex Forget Berube trying to hunt him down. Single file all the way around this racetrack. On board with Michael Call right now in the 89 Shield machine. Riding behind John Flake. Not sure if we're going to see a pass for position. Looked like he had a good run off of 2. Right next to one another there for a moment. It's since quieted down a little bit. This time by fastest lap times up on your screen. Car in the wall, that's the 10. He's saving it. He's saving it into the turn 2 inside wall. And evasive maneuver from the 27. Close call there. Let's take it back on our V-Speed instant replay. Watch right here. Porsche is going to step out. And back and forth. And if you're the 27 and the 55. On board here with Justin Ritchie. You see your teammate hit the inside wall, come back up the racetrack. Hello. One more time on board with the 27. Kevin Orlando Jr. into turn 2, and out of nowhere a car appears magically in front of him. Where do you go? That way. Jeremy Burns continues to lead. He now has a 7, almost 8/10 of a second lead over the 22 of Caleb Gilbert. Looking back here, Brandon Richardson, Justice Murphy, some side-by-side with Michael Call down the back stretch. Michael Call might have tagged the wall there out of turn 2. Going to allow Murphy a good run here into 3, and looks like the 89 of Call will back out early on the entry. Richardson on the back bumper. This is for the 16th position. Cars in the wall up ahead. It's the 48. Parker Johnston. Johnston gets really loose off of turn 1. Completely sideways. 57 of Floyd gets a piece of the wall, trying to avoid it. Call there for Floyd. Caleb Gilbert, Michael Reed, black flags on the racetrack. Down pit road for Gilbert, down pit road for Reed. Speeding on pit road for the 54 and the 91. Twelve of Justice Murphy also down pit road. Murphy down and away, what looks to be based off that pit time. Not really sure why ATVO doesn't want to update my graphics. I don't know exactly what the deal is here, but I have changed the pit times. I've changed the information on my screen. Timing screen is just not cooperating. So watch the 9. Oh, block here. I'm not quite sure why the 12 maybe not wanting to go a lap down here. Murphy defending. And on board with Burns. Jeremy Burns probably not too happy with that block. Checked him up a lot, allowed Travis Gilbert to catch back up here down the back straightaway. Thinking back on an instant replay, I think this one justifies another look at it here. Might have to back this up a little bit more. 12's just coming out of pit road. Burns looks to the inside. And 12 says no. Here comes Jeremy Burns down pit road now. That'll hand the lead over to Travis Gilbert, Tyler Harrison, Trevor Erhardt, the top three. Daniel Holloway, Matt Robinson, Kyle Diaz. Pit stops continue with Burns, Call, Reed. 81 in pit lane right now, still holding. And here comes Gilbert. Tyler Harrison going to get a lap led. Gilbert going to take what looks to be fuel only, maybe right side tires for the 22. No cautions so far. There's the 57 of Dakota Floyd on the edge of going a lap down. After Burns hit the pit road, is Trevor Keith just in front of him here. 15 of Keith putting some blocks on. Trying to avoid going a lap down as well. This is on board with Trevor Keith. Trying to hold his own against the number 9. I don't think Keith's actually avoiding going a lap down. I think he's just ahead of the 9. The stops ending for Trevor Erhardt, Johnston, Ritchie, and Diaz now coming into pit road. Johnston back out on the racetrack, 19 laps in. Stage ending at lap 25. Daniel Holloway now has the lead. Grant Turner, Christopher Schaefer, and this will hand the lead back over to Travis Gilbert, who has about 4 seconds of a lead here over Jeremy Burns, who came down pit road a little bit later. Excellent execution here by the 22. The 15 still fighting back here, trying to keep the 9 behind him. Oh, Grant Turner, problems maybe? No, down pit road. Coming back out of the racetrack, on board with the front end of the 39, Grant Turner. Back out just behind Jacob Sirkovich in the 24th position. But I'm going to try to chase him down. That should cycle things out with 5 laps to go in stage number 1. And it looks like Travis Gilbert, Alex Forget, Trevor Keith gonna get those top 3 stage points. Pretty sizable gap up here to Travis Gilbert with just 4 to go. Right on board with the 22, and he's worked the strategy well. On and off pit road, the execution, 44.2 seconds down the lane. Jeremy Burns had a 48.7 down pit road, so almost a 4-second difference on and off. Translates to the racetrack. Gilbert can confidently say now he might have this thing wrapped up for stage 1. Fewer cautions and 4 lead changes so far at Indianapolis. 20 races into the season. And this gives us an opportunity to talk about our bracket. Down here to the semifinals. On 4 with Jeremy Burns, Tyler Harrison, Trevor Erhardt, and Kyle Diaz. Harrison behind Burns right now, 45. Has dropped back to 14th position. Diaz in the 26 machine. Riding back here in 6th position. Trevor Erhardt in the 41. Just behind There's a position battle. Coming across the line for lap number 25. Travis Gilbert at the completion of this lap. As long as he can keep it on the racetrack, should have it made. Alex Forget, Berube, Trevor Keith. Here's a look at your top 10, and there's really no close battles back to the 10th position. You could put Justice Murphy and Daniel Holloway the closest for this spot. But coming off of turn 4 for the end of stage number 1, Travis Gilbert is going to claim it. Travis Gilbert, stage number 1 at Indy. Trying to locate where this pace car is coming now out of turn 2. The field has now caught up for lap 27 out of 80. We expect to see everybody come down pit road from 4 fresh ones. Top 10 on the left-hand side of your screen. These are all stage point winners for Gilbert, Berube, Keith, Burns, Picklesheimer, Erhardt, Robinson, Holloway, Murphy, and Ritchie. Leading them in this time by for Travis Gilbert. Alex Forget following behind. There's Trevor Keith in the 3rd position, looking to get a good finish. And Michael Call on the outside here. Actually, Michael Reed in the 91. Gonna come down, get one of those laps back as everybody hits the pit lane. 4 tires and a full tank of Sunoco race fuel. Left side's going to go up now on the 22. Lynn's a little bit ahead in the box. Didn't see it. I don't know why it gave him too far forward, but down and away for the 22. And the 45 of Tyler Harrison. Down and away. Excellent execution on pit road. Don't go anywhere. We have more coverage of the Chapman Cup Series live on V-Speed for the Kiss the Bricks by KSX 200 right after this.
Chapman's been around for 32, almost 33 years. You know, it's a great company. We've built it from 10 people not all that long ago to 32 people today. We continue to grow. We're hiring people all the time. If there's one thing that I could do, like before my time is up at Chapman, it is making sure that we built a company that will stand the test of time. And my goal as the current owner of the company, or one of the owners of the company, is to ensure that we can pass the ownership of the organization on to the next generation of people coming up the ranks today. One area of our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily is the school systems. So we work for school systems all over the northern part of the state of New Jersey. We operate their water systems, their wastewater systems. We do a lot of their permitting and compliance work, and we ensure that the water that the kids drink is clean. We go out and do the sampling to ensure that it's not contaminated. And we also treat the wastewater that's being generated at a lot of these facilities as well before it gets discharged to the environment. So we are supporting the local community through supporting the boards of education and the local school systems.
All About Bugs Tennessee Pest and Termite Control is all about family too. Our family-owned business has successfully been in operation in Sevierville and surrounding areas for almost a decade. Especially during these times, a pest-free home is necessary for a sustainable, disease-free home or business. Our services include residential, rental, commercial, hotel, motel, cabins, you name it. Free quotes and inspections for new customers, and most of our services are contract-free. Our All About Bugs Tennessee family is devoted to delivering the best possible pest control service with a friendly smile. Contact us at 865-453-5574 today.
If it's bugging you, you should be bugging us.
So Chapman's been around for...
Welcome back here live for week number 20, stage number 2 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And the KSX Graphics Kiss the Brick 200. Travis Gilbert, stage winner, going to lead him into turn 1. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Almost string wide there, going through 1 and 2 to start this off. Daniel Holloway gets away with it. Michael Call falls back. He just got back on the lead lap. Now has the 55 of Justin Ritchie to the outside, going to the 3. By sign back here for the 12th position. Looks like Kevin Orlando is going to go by, but now getting crossed over by John Fike. Fike will go back around, coming out of turn 4. Dive to the inside. That's Parker Johnson for the 48 machine. Looking to get by Dakota Floyd for 19th right now. Side by side is outside of this top 10. It's rather quiet. Travis Gilbert continuing to pull away from Trevor Keith. Trevor Keith Got around Tyler Harrison. Harrison holding on to the third position just behind the 15. But there's a dive to the inside, and Burns going to go by for third. Can he take it? Dylan Picklesheimer in the 35 also looking for this top 5. Picklesheimer will complete that pass. Mighty quiet racing going on. Alex Forget Berube, who was up in the top 10 a moment ago, ends up taking a minute 8 down the pit lane. Not sure what happened to the number 19 machine, but a lot longer down pit road than probably what that team wanted. Ends up losing the top 10 over this. And trying to get back up there inside Parker Johnson through one. Not going to be able to complete that pass. Going to get the run off of turn 2. Will take it to the inside. Runs into the back of the 48. Just ahead of these drivers, the 24, Nick Alves giving a bump draft to Caleb Gilbert, trying to get by the 27 of Kevin Orlando. This is for 15th. Rush with the wall there. The 8 of Richardson. He'll fall back. On board with the 24, Nick Alves. Things quiet down pretty quickly here. 35 out of 80 laps. 5 complete as Travis Gilbert continues to run away. Jeremy Burns 2 seconds back. Trevor Keith, Dylan Picklesheimer, Tyler Harrison, the top 5. On board with the 15. Trevor Keith looking pretty stout this week. Putting on a good show. A 1.6 back, this time by last lap time. 51.525. Trevor Keith ran at 51.631. He is a 10th slower than Travis Gilbert. Long way to go to catch up. Here's a side-by-side battle for the 20th position. It's actually for 19th. No, this is definitely for 20th with Michael Bennett, Parker Johnson. comes Carter Lenz to the inside as well. 24 cars still on the lead lap. Lenz going to try to complete this pass into turn 2. Makes the bottom. Big run here for Diaz. Oh, what a pinch there for the 5. Sirkovich gets a little loose off of 4. Michael Reed 7 laps down. Diaz 2 laps down. Joya 6 laps down. Field has spread out for the top 5. Closest battles on the racetrack right now, with Matt Robinson all over, pushing the back bumper of the 41. For 6th spot right now. Halfway mark at Indy Week 20. Gilbert, Keith Burns, the top 3, and riding on board with Jeremy Burns, trying to catch up to Trevor Keith. It's 0.7 of a second separating these 2 drivers. Last time by, Burns about 1/10 faster, slowly catching up to that number 15. Outside of that stage, 1 caution, 4 lead changes. Stage winner, Travis Gilbert, continues to lead. Looking for another win on the season. One of our few multi-time winners this year. Looking for another one. Keeping the inside for Alex Forchette. This is for 18th on Dakota Floyd. It's pretty quiet up there in the top 10, but outside of it, still drivers trying to find position. No, difficult to pass here at Indy. Alex Forchette has the advantage. They're going to pull side draft. He's going to try to get around for 19th right now. It is a struggle. Floyd going to leave that inside open though. Will allow that 19 to try it again. And a phenomenal drive, 25 laps led by Travis Gilbert. I don't know why I keep confusing the 22 with the 54. Travis Gilbert continues to hold on. There is Caleb Gilbert back in 10th position. Since I keep throwing my name out there, so Gilbert's on both ends of the top 10. We're approaching green flag pit stop time. They can stretch it another 5 laps. I would feel confident that they can make it to the end of this race. It's a big if. 17 laps on the stint. A few different strategies, but 2.5 seconds, continuing to grow. Looking back here with Trevor Keith in second position. Doing what he needs to do. So come down pit road this time by. .39 down as well. Does Gilbert bring it down this time by? Massive lead of over 3 seconds. Has to execute perfectly. He will bring it down. The 9 of Burns also in. Mickelsheimer and some others. The 12 of Murphy. A lot of takers this time by. Down and away for Gilbert. Back out onto the racetrack. Coming around this time, the 11 of Matt Robinson. 21 of Daniel Holloway. 55 of Justin Ritchie. 24 of Nick Alves. All committing to pit road. That should cycle us out. The 19 of Alex Forget at the very end of this. Since they only got 19 laps on this stint here, we'll take the gamble and say they're going to have to pit one more time. Doesn't look like any speeding penalties this time. Gilbert maintaining a pretty sizable gap back here to Trevor Erhardt. Erhardt short pit. Just a little bit here. Christopher Schaefer down and away, 1 lap left. hands the lead over to the 22 of Travis Gilbert. Don't go anywhere. We have more coverage to continue. We're going to take a quick break. Solo up in the booth. Pit stops have concluded. We're going to see another round of green flag pit stops in about 20 laps. You are watching the Chapman Cup Series live on V-Speed. KSX Graphics, Kiss the Brick. More continues after this.
Chapman's been around for 32, almost 33 years. It's a great company. We've built it from 10 people. Chapman's been around for 32, almost 33 years. It's a great company. We've built it from 10 people not all that long ago to 32 people today. We continue to grow. We're hiring people all the time. If there's one thing that I could do, like before my time is up at Chapman, it is making sure that we've built a company that will stand the test of time. And my goal as the current owner of the company, or one of the owners of the company, is to ensure that we can pass the ownership of the organization on to the next generation of people coming up the ranks today. One area of our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily is the school systems. So we work for school systems all over the northern part of the state of New Jersey. We operate their water systems, their wastewater systems. We do a lot of their permitting and compliance work, and we ensure that the water that the kids drink is clean. We go out and do the sampling to ensure that it's not contaminated. And we also treat the wastewater that's being generated at a lot of these facilities as well before it gets discharged to the environment. So we are supporting the local community through supporting the boards of education and the local school systems.
All About Bugs Tennessee Pest and Termite Control is all about family too. Our family-owned business has successfully been in operation in Sevierville and surrounding areas for almost a decade. Especially during these times, a pest-free home is necessary for a sustainable, disease-free home or business. Our services include residential, rental, commercial, hotel, motel, cabins, you name it. Free quotes and inspections for new customers, and most of our services are contract-free. Our All About Bugs Tennessee family is devoted to delivering the best possible pest control service with a friendly smile. Contact us at 865-453-5574 today.
If it's bugging you, you should be bugging us.
So Chapman's been around.
Back here live is a battle for position. This is the ace spot. Justice Murphy, Matt Robinson, Parker Johnson also in a battle back here for 15th with Michael Fall, Kevin Orlando Jr. in the 27. A little blink out there for Parker Johnson, but battles outside the top 10. It's pretty spread out across the board for the rest of this field. We go with Travis Gilbert, who continues to lead this race, 53 laps in. Trevor Erhardt, Trevor Keith, second and third. Jeremy Burns back in fourth. Dylan Picklesheimer, Tyler Harrison. A little bit off here. The number 9 Metroplex Ford Mustang. A little bit off the pace, but still a solid day right now as we ride on board with Jeremy Burns. Approaching that 20 lap to go mark. 0 cautions today from Indianapolis. Fantastic race. Other than that stage break where Travis Gilbert got the victory, we have ran green flag all the way around this 2.5 mile oval. 55 laps now. Well, I call it an oval. It's a rectangle. Riding on board with Justice Murphy, and Murphy riding in the 8th position from 18th. A lot of positions gained. Biggest movers of the race on the left-hand side of your screen. And Murphy, the most positions gained with 10 now. Biggest mover of the race right now in the 12 car. Second biggest mover is Justin Ritchie. Started in the 20th position up to 11th. Just needs to gain one more to tie that most positions gained with Murphy. The closest battle on the racetrack to the outside. Orlando trying to find a way around Parker Johnston. Trevor Erhardt last time by a little bit faster than Trevor Keith, and looks like Erhardt will get around. Continues to gain positions from 7th spot and pulls away for the 15, but not catching up to the 22 of Gilbert. Travis Gilbert came to play today. Dominant performance so far for this machine. The vet to track Ford Mustang has just been dominant. On board with the 22 again. We had Burns up there for quite a while, and I apologize for that. Burns kind of scratching his head trying to figure this out. A little bit off the pace. We actually went through the field there for a moment with Gilbert and a few others. We talked about Justice Murphy and the number 12, so we'll go back through and get these drivers the full screen that they deserve. So again, apologies on that scene there. There's the 12 of Murphy, biggest mover of the race right now. Justin Ritchie second in that line. And watch that battle with Parker Johnston and Kevin Orlando Jr. That has subsided a little bit. 0.3 of a second separate the 27 and 48. Grant Turner getting passed back here from Michael Bennett going by on the inside down the front stretch. Burns starting to catch up. Last time by, another 10th faster. Trevor Keith starting to feel the pressure for third. We're about 5 laps from pit stops, and I would venture to say you're probably going to see Travis Gilbert come down a little bit earlier than last time. 13 laps on the stint now for the 22. We pit last time 19 laps on this stint. I would venture to say that within the next 2 or 3 laps, you're going to see the 22 car come down pit road. You're probably going to see the 15 of Trevor Keith come down as well at the same time. I don't see any benefit from staying out too long here. Tires have fallen off a little bit, but not dramatically. However, it's still about a 0.6 of a second gap, 0.7, depending on how you're running. A clean air, Travis Gilbert, a 51.735 compared to his best lap of 51.030. That was ran on lap number 49. Trevor Keith just continues to hold on to third spot. Break the draft from the 9. And look at how spread out this field is. And here comes Trevor Keith down pit road earlier than everybody else. This could be a shakeup for the system. Gain positions on pit road. 45 and Tyler Harrison also in. Michael Call in the 89. Little error there on pit road for the 15. Trevor Erhardt down pit road as well. Dylan Picklesheimer. And a caution comes out. An untimely caution here with Jacob Sirkovich. I'm not sure where the 5 got this damage. I'm not even sure if it was him. Michael Reed off the racetrack here. Michael called down and away. Trying to find out where this was. .35. Dylan Picklesheimer trying to get to pit road. There it is. Locks it up. Slides it sideways. And that changes everything for Travis Gilbert, who had a massive lead, puts Jeremy Burns back in the hunt. Benefits of this racetrack is you can hit pit road and not go a lap down. So the cars that did pit and short pit here, the 15 of Trevor Keith will end up with the lead here. Trevor Erhardt, Tyler Harrison. Travis Gilbert down and away. Jeremy Burns trying a two-tire strategy. Oh, it got interesting. We gotta bring a driver up here into the broadcast booth and get a talk. We're gonna get a word here. With Trevor Keith. Trevor Keith, that's Brownlee Cooper in the V-Speed booth. Do you got a copy with us?
I got a copy.
Is this the one? Is this the one?
Oh, man, we're hoping. This is the first time I've gotten so lucky with a caution in my life. So we got to make advantage of this because they don't come often, man.
Yeah, we've got less than 10, well, around 10 to go when we take the green flag. You've got a little cushion back there with Harrison and Erhardt. You've been fast enough to be in the top 3. Are you fast enough to stay in the lead here to the end?
Oh, I think, am I fast enough to hold off Travis Gilbert? I mean, the dude's in another planet right now. So that's what we got to do. We got to hold him off. We're going to try everything we can here. 13, I think, to go when we go green here. 12, maybe. Everything we can. We're going to fight everything we can to win this race. Got to win it.
We also have the factor of cautions breeding cautions. All these drivers group back up, could bring out another yellow, extend this race, or even put it closer to the very end. And so now at the choose cone, I know you're going to choose the inside. What's this car like, though, in clean air? I know you've had some glimpses of that tonight.
Much better in clean air. Well, you saw in that run, I was faster than the 41, but every time I got to him, dirty air just takes over, and you can't do anything unless you have a massive tire advantage. And I don't know. I just couldn't get to him, and the Burns would get back to me, and he'd fall back. So dirty air is big. So having this clean air here, if I can extend the lead for as long as I can until Travis is going to get to second at some point. I just got to make the lead as big as I possibly can here.
Well, good luck out there, Trevor. I know that we're running out of regular season races to get this victory and lock yourself in there. But good luck out there, and maybe we'll be talking to you post-race in victory lane.
Last time Bubba Wallace won in the duels, I won the duels. So maybe today's the day.
Maybe today's the day. All righty, good luck.
Yes, sir.
Lightning Fast Motorsports driver Trevor Keith going to restart here on the inside. And with that untimely caution for some of these drivers, a timely caution for others. One man's trash is another man's treasure. That applies right here for this caution. And we're going to go back green with 13 laps to go on lap 68 out of 80. Keith, Harrison, Erhardt, Gilbert, Burns, the top 5. Gilbert, the fastest car of the day. Burns trying to keep pace, and it puts him back into the hunt with a 10-lap rough shootout as we go into turn 4. Pace car going to pull off this time by. Things are about to get really lively here from Indianapolis, week number 20. Hope you're enjoying tonight's action. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to use the chat, it's required. You know what else is required is a great finish here for Chapman Environmental Services Cup Series. Green flag is out. We're back underway at Indianapolis for the final stint of this event. Great jump there for the 15. Harrison's going to try to fend him off. The 41, the 22. Gilbert almost into the wall. Trying to get around. Trevor Erhardt. He'll go to the inside through 2. Contact with the 41. And we've got another caution. And the 22 is totaled. A dominant performance is over. Gilbert into the wall. Lynn's involved, the 27 of Orlando, but the main story is the important 22 car who was dominant here today finds the outside wall in the closing laps. Carter Lenz, the 27 of Kevin Orlando, goes for a ride on board with him. Minor damage for the 27. And now on board with Carter Lenz. So it's Trevor Erhardt, who had a good top 3 battle, probably a podium finish on the way. The 22, who most likely was going to get the win based off the statistics. And now Trevor Keith sitting pretty. The 45 of Tyler Harrison, the 9 of Jeremy Burns. I don't know how lucky you can get, but Jeremy Burns has found a way to win these races, and it's coming back to shades of Chicago street course, where the 15 led a bunch of laps, every lap almost, until the last one. And the 9 of Jeremy Burns, who hadn't led a single one until the very last one, is going to get an opportunity here. 57 of Dakota Floyd will be the wave around. He will get the lucky pass position. Raider in the chat. Man, I tell you what, it's been eventful so far. We'll take another look here at the bracket. Burns and Harrison. Well, you see how that's sitting right now with Harrison just ahead of Burns. You've got Erhardt and Diaz. Diaz now is going to be just behind Trevor Erhardt, who went back to 21st position. Diaz a lap down. So right now, as it sits, Harrison and Diaz, or actually Erhardt, will move on. Diaz just needs one more caution. It is eventful. And we had a word there with Trevor Keith. I think it's time to take a word with another driver here. Let's see if we can find the driver of the number 45, Tyler Harrison. Another lightning fast motorsports driver. Tyler Harrison, it's Bradley Cooper in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys. What's up?
Well, Tyler, looking here at the bracket, you got the guy right behind you here for this restart. What's it going to take to hold him off for these next 8 or 9 laps?
I'm probably just going to need a few flurries of caution. I'm not sure what Burns did on tires, but I wound up taking 2 just to see if I can get around him. With Indy, just like real life, right, it's pretty tough to pass in the dirty air, so just got to give it everything that I can, try to take the air away from Burns' nose, and see if I can hold him off. It's going to be really tough, but, you know, the recharge rally, Mr. Camry is definitely due for a good finish, so hopefully it's ahead of Burns, and we can advance on to the finals for the bracket challenge next week.
Got one more week there at Iowa. This car looking pretty stout. You definitely have top 5 speed. Good luck out there, Tyler. Anybody want to shout out real quick while we have you in the booth?
Everybody on the car. I can't think of names right now. I'll be honest with you. I just got to lock in Bradley. But I appreciate you. Hopefully it's a good one to watch here.
Recharge Rally and Rally Daddy Twisted Key Camera will be on board with you, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
All right, Tyler Harrison getting ready to restart. He'll be on the outside of his teammate Trevor Keith. Jeremy Burns on the inside. The 55 of Justin Ritchie there in row number 3 with Matt Robinson. Parker Johnson back in 6th. This is going to get interesting. A lot of cars that were outside of the top 10 today. positions gained or lost up on the screen now. 10 gained now, 15 gained, and 18 gained by Nick Alves. This caution threw everything out the window, and it is so tough to pass. Let's see if Keith can finally get that all-elusive victory. Ride it at Chicago Street Course. And it was so close. The last 175 feet. The pressure is on for Trevor Keith. Turn 4. Pace car going to pull off with 8 laps to go. 9 laps to go, rather. It's on the left-hand side of your screen. This could be the last restart of the day. Has to be perfect. No wheel spin. Into that restart box and down and away. Great jump here for the 15. Teammate on the outside. A pinch here. 45 going to pinch down on the 9. Into the wall for the 11 to Robinson. And you can see Tyler Harrison doing everything he can to try to hold back the 9 of Jeremy Burns. Another pinch here into 3 and 4. It's not enough. Burns going to get the drive on the inside. He'll clear. Now sets his sights. Isn't enough. 0.8 of a second. And problems in the back. 23's around. Another caution. A big crash down the front stretch. The 22's involved. The 41. And we're going to rack him back up with around 4 to go. Jeremy Burns passed for second position. He'll be on the inside or outside of Trevor Keith. But it's the 23 of Christopher Schaefer, heavily damaged. Let's go back on our V-Speed Instant Replay and take a look at this. This is out of turn 4. The Gallops up here. Across the nose of the 19. Got to the outside and a big crash after that. Was on board with Dakota Floyd. And he's going to get that free pass position. Get one of these laps back. Trevor Keith holding on to the lead. We're going to go back green with around 5 to go. Talked about nerves. There's Trevor Keith. Started in 4th. He's been up top 5 all day long. Definitely has a podium finish. Worthy car. And the way he's driving it, though, can he give dirty air? He's going to have to get a really good restart. Going to take some work. Then you have this guy right here. Jeremy Burns in the number 9. 8 wins on the season. And it looks like Burns' camera might have completely frozen up here. There's a still shot of calculations. They might be thinking too hard here. Now it's working. There he is. It's working now. Doubling back up. Choose cone. Going to take the green with 5 laps left. Keith, Burns, Harrison, Robinson, Johnston. Look at the bracket challenge. Erhardt back here in 19th position. Diaz done for the day. So it looks like Erhardt will transition and continue on in this bracket to Iowa. But it's going to come down between Harrison and Burns. They are 2 and 3 on this restart. Lightning Fast Motorsports on the inside row. Out of 3 and into 4. Pace car is going to pull out of the way. Travis Gilbert, your stage winner, is now back in 21st position with some damage, trying to salvage the day. I just don't know. Pace car out of the way. Let's find out. Let's ride on board with Trevor Keith with 5 laps to go. Here from Indianapolis. Green flag is out. Back underway. Excellent restart. Breaking the draft. Harrison sideways into the grass. Did the 9 get into him? I think the 45 came up in front of him. Half a second lead with 4 to go. If there's another restart here, Trevor Keith might be in trouble. Gonna take it for all it's worth, all the way down the backstretch. Trevor Keith is driving this car as hard as he can. It's down to just over 0.4 of a second. A decent run out of turn 4, but it's still not enough. Burns is in the wake of that draft. Matt Robinson in 3rd. 3 wide in the back. Holloway. Hickel-Seimer. 3 to go. Richardson with contact. Contact with the wall. Here comes Nick Alves to make it 3 wide. Ascend to the inside. We're going to stay 3 wide. Down the backstretch. This is not what Trevor Keith wants. He wants to get the 1 to go signal. Here comes the 39 of Grant Turner. Pedal camera. Contact in the back. 14's around. And that's going to bring out the caution. We're going to overtime. It's not over yet, Trevor. You can see it here with Trevor Keith. He is not happy. We need to go back and look at what happened to the 14 of Michael Bennett. The 8 got moved out of the way. I think Lynn's got into him a little bit there. That puts this race into overtime. Trevor Keith has been fighting for this victory for a long time. The underdog story, he's going to have to give dirty air to the 9 of Jeremy Burns. He came so close at Chicago Street Course. And Burns and the 9, who is only led 13 laps here today, could do it again and lead the last one. $80 laps was scheduled here today, and we're going to push it to 84 on this restart. Lights will go out on the pace car next time by. If you're not enjoying this action right now, you need to check your pulse. I think Trevor Keith has it in him. Chat, go ahead and throw up your favorite driver. Fuel could become a concern here for Keith, but I think with 1 overtime, he'll be okay. These drivers were running about 19 to 20 laps. They are now 17 on the stint. Keith, 17 laps. Burns, 14. I think most of this field is okay, but it's going to be close. It will be a factor. Here we go. 1 to green. Trevor Keith needs to get a hellacious jump here. He needs to pull at least a 10th or 2 on the 9 car if he wants any shot to seal the deal. He's proven today that he can give dirty air to anybody behind him and hold on to position, but needs to do it 2 more times. 2 more times. 5 miles is what it's going to come down to for week number 20 from Indianapolis. It's all boiling down with the KSX graphics. Kiss the Brick 200. Metroplex number 9 on the outside. The 11 of Robinson, the 55 of Ritchie. Justice Murphy, Alex Forget Berube, Nick Alves, Parker Johnson, Carter Lenz, and Grant Turner, the top 10. My oh my, how the top 10 has changed hands over and over and over again today. With a racetrack that is so difficult to pass, this final few stints has changed everything in this event. And I know that Trevor Keith will look back on this as another race that is going to be memorable. The nerves have to be there. A lot of chatters talking about Burns, but I'm going to root for that 15. Let's see if he can get it done. After what happened to him at Chicago Street Course, this is the redemption moment for week 20. Pace car out of the way. Green-white checkered attempt number 1 into the restart zone. Here we go from Indianapolis. Not a good restart for the 15. 9's pinched on the outside. He's going to give him some room here. Is it enough? Problems in the back. Picklesheimer. We stay green. Down the backstretch. Contact. Keith is holding his own. He's not going to give him room. Sailing it off to the outside. Trevor Keith holds on. He just has to get to the white flag. 8 thousandths of a second off of turn 4. Even less than that. Driving his heart out. White flag in the air one more time around. Into turn 1, side by side with the 11 of Robinson. Just behind him. A lot of room here from the 9. Trevor Keith lost the lead. Jeremy Burns might find another way to victory lane. I think if you're Trevor Keith, you got to move him out of the way. This is the only way to do it. You got to go up there and hit him. You got to give him a bump. The 11 of Robinson looking to the inside, breaks up his momentum. And Jeremy Burns, I can't believe it, finds another way to victory lane. The rabbit's foot, the horseshoe, whatever's in his back pocket. Problems off of turn 4. Everyone scatters around. The 39 into the wall. And it looks like the 9 has found another way to victory lane. Jeremy Burns making me lose my voice every single week for Chapman Cup Series. As they wear the doors off of that machine, back around with this 2.5 mile oval, Jeremy Burns is going to find himself celebrating another victory. 9 now on the season. How does he keep doing it? victory celebration with the number 9 final race results up on your screen. It was Travis Gilbert who got the stage 1 win. 5 cautions, 9 lead changes, and the final one coming in the final extension of this race. 83 laps around this 2.5 mile oval. Final results now on your screen with Jeremy Burns starting on the pole, and he only led, I believe, 14 or 15 laps here today. Trevor Keith gets second, falls, just shy again. But we will be talking to him, Burns, and Robinson in just a moment's time. Justice Murphy gets a 4th place finish. A lot of problems off of turn 4. 55 of Justin Ritchie is going to fall back to 19th position. He came out of turn 4 in the top 10. Will fall out of this. Parker Johnson, 5th place finish. Daniel Holloway, Nick Alves, 6th and 7th. Brandon Richardson will finish in 8th. Alex Forget Berube, a recovery back to 9th position. And Carter Lentz, who started on the front row, will finish in the top 10. 11th spot goes to Grant Turner, Dylan Picklesheimer in 12th. 13th goes to Tyler Harrison. Trevor Erhardt will finish in 14th. You have 15th with Kevin Orlando Jr. Dakota Floyd will finish in 16th with Caleb Gilbert 17th. Michael Bennett in the 18th spot. Justin Ritchie, a car that I talked about coming off of 4, will finish in 19th. And the dominant driver of the day finishing 1 lap down in 20th. That's Travis Gilbert in the 22. John Fike will finish 1 lap down as well in 21st. Jacob Sirkovich, heavy damage on that number 5, will finish in 22nd. Christopher Schaefer, an early exit for the day, 10 laps down. Michael Call will finish in 24th. Not sure why we have 9 laps down and 10 laps down there. It's actually all over the place. So let's go from 20th position, Gilbert. John Fike, 21st. Michael Call, this is what I have on my timing and scoring. Jacob Sirkovich in 23rd. So this is completely broken here with that last lap incident. Maybe need to get with ATVO and fix this. Christopher Schaefer will finish 24th. 25th goes to Michael Reed. 27th to Michael Reed. 27th Joe Joya and Kyle Stewart. Electing not to grid. I'm not even sure. He might have been out there on the racetrack for a little bit, had problems. Yeah, he had problems earlier in this race, but the 10 car done for the day very early, and I have all but lost my voice. So I think it's a perfect opportunity to bring up the drivers that finished up here in the top. And, it would be great if we could find these guys and bring them down here automatically. If they could just jump over to the infield and waiting room so I don't have to go hunt for them. So I know that you're familiar down here with this room. Let's try to do that in a timely. Let's go down and talk to Jeremy Burns, who is victorious. The number 9 finds a way to do it again. Jeremy, I don't know how you keep finding this horseshoe or this rabbit's foot. I don't know what it is, but you can have a car that's, top 5 in the middle of this run. It looks like, maybe 4th place for you tonight, but then you turn around with 3 untimely cautions and you find a way to victory lane.
Yeah, really should have never tried to lose the lead there. I definitely felt like coming to the stage there, I could have been better on the strategy, but just overall executing on the restarts was huge. And I don't even know how I was able to stick it around the outside there on that last one with TK. I just kind of let it rip and said, at this point, we'll just see what happens. And it was a lot of fun. But I've never been able to get a win here at Indy, so coming out and being able to finally kiss the bricks is pretty awesome. But just overall, it was a great race, and don't really know what's been going on for me recently, but that's 3 in a row now, so that's awesome, great momentum. That's how you come off of a bye week right there. So just been super thankful for the success that we've been having. And that number 9 Ford Mustang, sponsored by Metroplex, is just bad fast every week. I mean, getting out there on pole, clean air was just everything. So I knew that on the restart, I could not let TK clear me, because then it was just going to be a dirty air thing where I was trapped behind him. But overall, just really happy and really excited to win here at Indy.
We go back to that restart with around 9 to go. You had Tyler Harrison doing everything he could for his teammate there in the second spot. That contact down the backstretch, I want your take on it. It looked like the 45 maybe just came up when he wasn't clear, but what's your take?
I mean, I have to go back and look at it, obviously, but initially I mic'd up and said I'm there, and it's not like I wanted to get into him right there, but I felt like I was enough there to where I thought that he was just going to try to get close to me, but then he tried getting there, but my front bumper was just there. And the thing about this new next gen is when you get that contact right across as you run across the bumper, it just sends you. So, I mean, I hate it for him. I wish that we could have battled it out there for the bracket because we were facing each other this week. But once again, just, I mean, I, I was in it, I was committed, and, things come together when we're racing hard. And I mean, like I said, I have to go back and look at it. If it's more on me, then I will 100% go apologize to him. But from my perspective, without seeing a replay, I felt like I was there.
And then finally, Jeremy, this is now, I know that there are a lot of people in chat keeping count. They remind me every week that I'm getting it wrong. So I'll have to adjust my count, but it's now win number 9, I do believe, if I have that correct.
Yeah, hey, that's a pretty good number,
Yeah. Is that the one you want to end on, or would you like to continue that through the postseason?
I mean, how many races we got left?
I think we're sitting here. I could do the quick math. Well, how many do we have in the chase alone? It looks like we have 10 races in that chase, and then add on 4 more, so 14 races left here.
So I guess I know Bubba just won, but 23 is the magic number, right? I mean, week in and week out, we're gonna try to come and win, but yeah, I know that realistically that is nowhere near possible, but just really thankful for the success that I've had lately. We're just going to try to keep that momentum up as we go on next week to Iowa.
And finally, Jeremy, the list gets longer and longer every single week. We have Debbie Smith, Shannon Dawson Myler, so many people in this chat that remind me that I'm getting the statistics wrong every single week. We appreciate those folks. Go ahead and shout out anybody you want.
Yeah, just huge shout out my mom and dad, Josie, Coach P, Sonny, my grandma, Miss Betsy, Julie, Derek, Caroline, Shannon, Belinda, Betty, Colleen, Tommy, Chrissy, Dana, and Dylan. Element X and Performance for everything that they do. Metroplex for being on the hood of the car. This has been just an amazing season for us. And we're repping the shirt as always, so it's really awesome to see that. Enginuity Power Systems, Chapman, Environmental, Buttkicker, Coastal Financial, Ultimate Exterior Lighting, Erhardt Homes, all about bugs. Y'all up here at V-Speed, y'all do a phenomenal job. And admins and other drivers as well. I know that it was a little strung out tonight, but for the most part there, it was clean for 90% of the race. So that was really awesome. But yeah, everybody else who made this possible, everybody out there in chat tonight, huge shout out to y'all. And yeah, we'll take it on next week.
Appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing you at Iowa, where we move on to those finals. I believe it's going to be Trevor Erhardt, as Kyle Diaz had a problem there midway through the race. So it looks like you and the 41 are going to go toe-to-toe for that bracket challenge, and looking to get win number 10 there in just a week's time.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Jeremy Burns, winner here tonight. 9th win of the season. Appreciate it.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Now moving on, we're going to go talk to our second place finisher. It's going to be Trevor Keith. And I know, well, Trevor, I don't know if I just need to leave you be during these mid-race interviews. I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong, but man, oh man, that one was right there. It looked like if maybe, just maybe, we don't have that caution there with the round 5 to go. You see,
yeah, if we don't have that caution, I'm gone. They weren't catching me.
5/10 of a second, yeah.
I just the outside line just got a huge launch from. It's crazy that the third car can launch before me in the outside line, and that's killed the race. As soon as Jeremy was on my outside, it was over. He had fresher tires than me. I had to clear him. I couldn't clear him because the third car in the outside line went 100 feet before I did, and then it hit him into Justin, and then Justin hit him right when I launched, and that's what lost me the race. It's crazy, but I can blame it on that. But I got to do a better job. Just into one there, maybe trying to clear 'em, going a little harder. I maybe being I got to be a little more aggressive. Um, the only contact was a door when I got doored on the backstretch. Maybe I try to throw a little contact in there too, but I was just trying to be clean. It's tough, man. These, it, I mean, I wish I could say it was a great point stakes. It was, but that doesn't help me because I'm not going to point my way in the playoffs, put myself in a hole. So we got to have these wins, and that's two of them. And three races that I could have had, and we'll settle for second and third. Go on to
Well,
Iowa.
I can tell you this: dogs can detect right now when you're having an issue. That puppy definitely wants to make you feel better right now. But
They
Trevor,
also know when I'm done racing. They
yeah.
know, and they're like, "Hey, come on, you're done. Let's go."
Well, Trevor, let's go back because I'm gonna bring this up, and maybe you still have this. Maybe it's a side effect of what happened at Chicago Street Course, but that race went a lot worse for you. You had the lead, and you ended up falling out of the podium. This one, you go side by side, toe to toe with a car that probably should have been in the top three regardless. But you're going side by side with an 8-time winner this season, and you fight on the outside or the inside regardless. How does it feel to know that car was capable and you were capable to hold on to Jeremy Burns for an entire lap?
Oh, I mean, I know I have the speed to win multiple races. I just got to put it together. We've seen, I mean, there's two right here. Jeremy's, I mean, obviously he's the best we got out here. And it's anytime I'm going for a win, for some reason, it's neck to neck with Jeremy Burns. For some reason, I wish he'd just let me have one at some point. He's got 8. I just need 1. Come on. But yeah, it's. I had to get the launch there, and when I didn't get the launch, I was on 2. I'm fairly certain Burns was on 4 there. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know because they pit under yellow. I got lucky with that yellow flag there. That's what put me in the lead anyways. So not sure if he took 4 or 2 there, but if he was on my outside, I had a feeling, even though he still had a couple lap fresher tires than me either way, because I pit on 63, pit on 66. So I was at a tire disadvantage and just needed the launch. That yellow, when I pulled out to almost a second lead, that one hurt too, because I probably had it right there. All I had to do was hit my marks. We'll regroup though. We've got the speed to win. We keep showing it every week. And last year we won Iowa, so we'll go to work at Iowa and see what we can do here.
Well, you got Iowa, Watkins Glen. I know you're favoring the road courses here this season, Richmond and Daytona for the end of the regular season. I don't think you're going to fall below this cutoff line based off of what we're seeing these last few weeks. You're so focused on a victory that you end up finishing up on the podium. And as long as you continue that trend, I think you end up there.
I think you guys might have the wrong one because I'm in 17th. And they haven't updated since last week because Grant's on vacation. But I am in 17th. I was 33 points behind after the street course out of the cut line because one is.
I'm going to yell. I think it's Grant Thorpe that's supposed to update that.
Yeah, he's on vacation, so cut him some slack.
I'm gonna call him out.
But
I'm looking
yeah,
at right here. It's 15th in the points as of Chicago. After
that
Chicago.
is not counting Diaz and Richardson in their wins. I don't.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
So we
So
do
it puts
have
me
those
17.
2. Okay, so we do need to get that corrected as well.
Playoff cut line tab, I think, is the one that's the correct one.
Yeah, we'll get that updated. We'll get that spreadsheet all together. Trevor, congratulations on second place, though. It was another nail biter. I had fun watching it.
I had
hope
fun
everybody
racing.
enjoyed. Yeah,
Racing Jeremy's always fun. Again, you're not entertained. Me and Jeremy got to make it entertaining at least. One of these days I'm going to beat him, and so we'll figure it out. We'll try to win it next
hope
week.
you put the bumper to him one time. I want to see that going into 3. I thought you were going to do it.
Yeah, I should have. He did to me in Chicago. I should have just tried it back. Harm no foul, as long as I don't wreck him, right? But I thought I could get a run. I tried to break a little early, get a run for the front stretch in 4, and it got really, really tight. And from there, it's just, and once it got tight, it was over. Um, so we, I had to clear him off that restart. Um, that was my shot. Once I cleared him, I could have gave him some dirty air, and that was my chance.
Well,
But we have speed.
go ahead and you sound like exhausted here. Go ahead and shout the guys out that put this 15 car up on the podium tonight.
Oh, we got KSX Racing Graphics, Keystone 48 on Twitch. We're live right now. They're all watching the interview. V Speed as well. You guys are always do a great job. We got to thank Morgan for the wheel. All the league sponsors: Coastal Financial, Chapman, Environmental Services, Ingenuity Power Systems, All About Bugs, Erhardt Homes. I think I got them all this time.
Yeah.
um, yeah, we're having fun still. That's what we do this for, is have fun. So, thanks everybody out there. I can't wait to go back and watch this one back too. So,
Trevor
and
Keith.
KSX Kiss the Bricks.
Yes, KSX Kiss the Bricks. Hope you enjoyed the logo we had up here tonight as well. We wanted to make it as unique as possible. So let me know what you think of that. But
I'm
again,
sure I'm
Trevor
gonna love
Keith,
it.
appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you at Iowa.
Yes, sir.
Second place finisher. Looks like Trevor Keith gonna be runner up again, but I tell you what, he definitely had a fast car and definitely worthy of a podium finish. Final driver we're going to bring up here into the broadcast booth. It's the 11 of Matt Robinson. Third place finish here. Matt, I got to say, 1 lap led, 14th place start. Gained a lot of positions. I think you're one of the biggest gainers here tonight. But overall, this race was chaos in those final 10 laps.
Yeah, a lot of chaos. I mean, my teammate got taken out on the first restart. Trevor Erhardt, feel pretty bad for him. He was up front most of the night. Thought he was gonna have a pretty good day. And then, I mean, even coming down at the end, I didn't know what was gonna go on between TK and Burns. I knew it wasn't gonna be. I mean, it ended up being way nicer than I expected. Let's put it that way.
Well, we go back to where you had caught up. I think it was the white flag coming out. You had caught right up to the back bumpers of that. Were you just waiting on those two to make a mistake and take each other out? Or were you going to try to get up there and maybe move somebody out of the way?
I didn't have a shot. I had right front damage, and somehow my right front damage made me stay the exact same pace. Like, I don't know what happened, why it was still. I ran my fastest lap with the damage. I don't understand. But yeah, I didn't have a chance up there unless those guys tangled it up and got loose off the corner or something like that. My plan was just to kind of try and push TK through turn 1, but I mean, the restart on the outside, it just didn't give us a chance to team up there.
Well, and finally, Matt, I know that this series and the way that everything's working out, it's a win and you're in. We have Iowa coming up. We have Watkins Glen. We got a few other racetracks. Is there any place that you are circling on your calendar to maybe sneak in that win just before the playoffs?
I would love to say Watkins Glen, but I'm actually out that week. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm fast at a bunch of different tracks. If I can just keep it on the track without getting any damage. Daytona, I'm always up front for super speedways. Richmond is a toss in the air. You never know if it's going to be a wreck fest or if we're going to go green for 200 laps. Same with Iowa. They're smaller tracks. You never know what's going to happen, especially with this group. I mean, there's some races we go green after wrecking before the start-finish line, right?
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah, we actually just saw that last week at Dover. The race started out really rough. We didn't even make it. We were lap 0. I think we had our first caution, and then it just went green forever. So
yeah, I had 10 minutes of damage before I even hit the start-finish line.
Yeah, it's always a toss-up. I agree with you there. But finally, Matt, we got to ask you, there's a lot of people that support these drivers and people that put this race all together. Go ahead and shout those folks out before we head on to Iowa.
Shout out to my parents. They're always watching every single week. My wife, my kids, everyone that supports me. Lightning Fast Motorsports and Rolling Thunder Racing. Those are our umbrella teams. Obviously, you guys are fantastic. Then you have Erhardt Homes, All About Bugs, all of those guys. Aloe Barbershop, which is my brother-in-law's barbershop. Week in and week out, everybody supports us, and it's fantastic.
Congratulations again, Matt, and we'll look forward to seeing you in just 1 week's time next Wednesday.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Matt Robinson, third place finish, led one lap here today, started in 14th and gets a podium finish, and we'll move on to another week here at Iowa Speedway. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it here tonight. There it is, another look at the front straightaway at the iconic Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But this 2.5-mile oval for 80 laps is done. We went into overtime, and Jeremy Burns finds the victory. The 22 of Travis Gilbert gets the stage win, and it's on to the next one. 1 week's time when we go on. Here we go for another week. Week 21 up next. It's Iowa Speedway, August 6th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you guys can join us. Debbie Smith, Shannon Dosselmeyer, everybody that has been a part of this chat, we thank you very, very much. We also have to thank all of our sponsors here. Chapman Environmental Services, of course, for sponsoring the main series. Coastal Financial for the Pole Award. All About Bugs. Erhardt Homes for the white flag. I missed that one here tonight. We're going to take it one step at a time. There was so much action here tonight that I was in awe. And we got to get better here on V-Speed. But overall, I think it was a fantastic week. And hope you guys enjoyed the action. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss a single race. We have plenty of more racing left to be done. 24 weeks of regular season racing, and then it's on to the round of 16 at Darlington Raceway. Hope you can join us. Until then, everybody, for Adam Baker, our other producers, Eddie Smith, Morgan Cook, Logan Threlkeld, and Lucas Lyons, this is Bradley Cooper saying so long from Indianapolis. Stay tracking, everybody.